Welcome everyone to another video today. My name is Owen.McGarvey and it's good to see everyone. Hopefully everyone's doing well and hopefully your family, friends, family, loved ones, hopefully all of that as well. Um again, welcome everyone. So a few things have changed since the last time we've spoken. Um I have gained this is a small achievement right now, but and I'm not crying. I had an itch in my eye, I swear. But to some people it might be small, but to me, the fact that I've been, I've had this channel and all this stuff for so long, um, I have 55 subscribers. When I first posted some of my first content using this setup, I had like 30. So within a span of approximately 10-ish, about 2 weeks, I've gotten 25 subscribers. To some people that might not be a lot, but to me that is. And yes, I'm aware in that one video that I made in the comment section that some people were getting taken to this because of autoplay. And in which case I apologize. So, I mean, that's out of my control, but on my behalf of my channel, I apologize. And if you are watching this and if autoplay took you here, I apologize again. That's the last thing I wanted. So, I don't want people to be forced onto this channel. I mean, if I want people to be welcome here, I want people to come here and and find a good place to be. But if autoplay takes you here without you deciding, I understand. That's happened to me. That's happened to everyone. So if you do decide to jump out of this video whenever you decide, on my behalf and on behalf of my channel, I do send my appreciation to you, and I wish that you have a good day. So yeah, I need to see something. I need to see if we are going live right quick. Let's see if we are live. I do not know if we are running live or not. Let's see. And if we are, I might be using a wrong thumbnail. Let's see. If you give me one moment, I need to check something. All right, so we are live. Okay, good. So yeah, how's everyone? How's everything? I got no one right now, and that's fine. But yeah, when it comes to Manchester United, we'll talk a little bit more about it on another time. I have another channel for designated for Manchester United stuff that I just got started that I finished making tonight. So I'll be making quite a bit more Manchester United content over there. But since this one is my overall melting pot channel, we're just going to go ahead and get some stuff started. So with Manchester United, the biggest question is, will Manchester United survive? And simple is, and I just can make this as simple as possible. I believe they will, but they gotta make reinforcements. We saw firsthand a few days ago. Well, and say a few days ago, yesterday now, that when we got beat by Ruben Amorim's team 4-2, an AC Milan side that is nowhere near as they should be as they were. Oh, they're still a decent side. I think people don't, give them the credit that they deserve, to be honest. But I think they're good. They're very good, in my opinion. Again, nowhere near as good as they should be, and that's not their fault. Um, no, most of you guys don't know my thoughts on Ruben Amorim. They're mixed. I liked him a lot, but at the same time, I don't think he was, meant to be at Manchester United for very long. We didn't really see enough of him to get a good grasp and a good idea on how he can, how he can do things. Now, the signings that he brought us was really, really good. And so, like Brandon Bumo and Cunha, that's all good and well. But the biggest problem that I had with Ruben Amorim, and it's this problem that us Manchester United managers, that us Manchester United fans see with Manchester United managers and other teams see, and it's arguably the biggest weakness amongst sports when it comes to coaches, and that is favoritism. So Ruben Amorim's biggest weakness, in my opinion, was well, one of his biggest weaknesses was benching Kabe Menu. He shouldn't have done that. But and then putting Bruno more deeper, it's a good idea, but it wasn't gonna work well in the long run. So, and then playing back three in the back, we can talk about it all day. Sorry, but simple question is: will Manchester United survive? Yes. How well will they survive without any signings? How well will they survive without any signings? Not very good. I'll say that to you right now. Not very good. Now, when it comes to not very good, is that a debatable question? Honestly, yeah, it can be. How, like, debatable in what way? Now, can Man United, still finish top six, top seven, that type of thing? Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I don't think we'll see another top 10 situation for Manchester United again for quite a while, a long time. And if we do, it'll probably be under this current ownership. So, and again, you know my thoughts. I can't stand this ownership, this Ineos ownership. And if we were to finish mid-table again, it would be under this ownership. Thankfully, I think Carrick is good enough to get us through. I think he'll do good. I think we will get signings at the end of the day. So yeah, I think we will survive. I think we will survive. Well, I think we will make signings, but you heard this from me first. Do not be surprised though if we don't make signings. There's a difference between being surprised and not being surprised, and being expecting and not expecting. Do I expect us to make signings? Yes. Will I be surprised? No. But at the same time, will I be surprised if we don't make signings? I will not be surprised. We can't trust this ownership. We can't trust this board. We can't trust it. We can't. I'm sorry, but we can't trust it. Now, when it comes to Manchester United and the player type aspect type thing, from what I've seen, we're playing well. Just with the AC Milan game, it just exposed our weaknesses and exposed our flaws, and it showed where we were good and what we were not. It's obvious we need more depth in midfield. We do. When it comes to the defense, we need quite a bit of work in the defense. Depth-wise, I think we're okay, but Carrick's got to sort it out where putting Maguire, Sandro Martinez, or Aiden Heaven, he's got to figure out how he wants to do it, because we want to have two center backs that complement each other. We had Magaloff, under Ollie, and McFred under Ollie. Those two separate things, and it didn't work very well, especially Magaloff. Magaloff, in my opinion, was sorry, but and I think Michael Carrick has the potential to have another Magaloff situation if he's not careful, in my opinion. When it comes to Russell Westbrook, this gets this hits really deep because I am a diehard Oklahoma City Thunder fan. Diehard Oklahoma City Thunder. I was blessed and fortunate to be raised around the KD, Russell Westbrook era, and I was a young teenager when Russell Westbrook was in his prime, when he won the MVP, averaged triple-double season, yada yada. And so seeing him hopefully get the honor that he deserves, I think he's going to get the respect and the honor he deserves. More, I think he's going to get more over time. But more importantly, he's getting it right now. And he especially got it a few days ago, and he 100% deserves it. Now, us Thunder fans, we can be really bittersweet when it comes to players leaving. KD, for example. Some of us are still sour about that. Now, that's another debate for another day. For Russell Westbrook, though, he has made it clear that he loves the Thunder, that he loves us fans, and at least speaking on my behalf, I'm the same way. Love the guy. I have a lot of appreciation for what he did for this organization. And same thing for Chris Paul. Just a little side note, by the way. Same thing for Chris Paul. He was only with us for a little bit, but the impact that he gave us, especially for SGA, spot on. But yeah, I was very, very, very fortunate, very thankful to watch Russell Westbrook play in his prime for us Thunder. And so, he deserves every single, word, every single piece of kindness, every single bit of respect that goes towards his way, since his retirement. And I send my thoughts and my congratulations on a successful career. I wish you nothing but the best. You're a good human being at heart. You have a beautiful family, wonderful family, and surrounding you and supporting you. And you've done so many great things for the NBA community, in particular for the Thunder community. And so I send my great thank you, my tremendous sincere thanks for making a young guy, a young Thunder fan like me, just make me a very happy man most nights. Seeing you with those incredible passes, triple doubles, passes to Carmelo Anthony, PG-13, all that, and just overall slam dunk. You were fun to watch. To watch, you were a pleasure to watch, and I was so fortunate that I got to watch you. And you deserve nothing but the best. You deserve all the respect, all the love, all the kindness that goes to your way. So with that being said, I send you a big congratulations on retirement. Well deserved. Keep it up. You are doing great things. So yeah, again, I can't stress this enough. It was an honor and a pleasure for Russell Westbrook to play for my team. So yeah, and that will. Well, I got one more thing to talk about. I don't know if you guys saw, but I updated my setup not just this setup here, but I'm talking more the setup on my YouTube channel. I updated my profile picture and my thumbnail, all that stuff. So I'm hoping you all will enjoy it. I'm hoping it'll be pretty good. I think it looks pretty nice. It describes how I want this channel to be. I want this channel to be like a melting pot of everything. I'm gonna have my own. I have two other channels that I'm trying to build up. One for Manchester United, and I have one gaming one. And honestly, there's been so many technical difficulties on that one. I don't think it's gonna, well, work. It's gonna work out at the end of the day, I think. But it's stressing me out, so I'm gonna take a step back from it for a little bit. I'm not gonna stress out as much, but yeah. So just since on the thumbnail and the profile picture, all that, it mentions a history logo. When it comes to history, I do want to bring up a what if question. And since we don't have anyone in the chat right now, um this is more of a question for later, a question for the comment section. That question is kind of like a what if scenario, and that's what I want to talk about really in these discussions, history wise. I'll ask the question, I'll give you my answer, but I want to know what your answers are in the comment section. So the historical question is from World War One. And that question is pretty simple. You kind of be a little bit of a history nerd for this, but that is, what if I gotta pronounce this correctly? What if the Germans successfully completed the Schlieffen Plan? What if they successfully knocked out France in World War One? What if they knocked out the British? That's a bonus. If they knock out the British, that's a bonus. But if they successfully knock out the French in World War One, because for those of you who don't know, the Schlieffen Plan was designed to basically put the Eastern Front, the Russians, on the side. The goal was to knock out the French, British, take care of all that, go to the East, knock them cold, happy days. But it didn't work that way because Russia was ready more quicker than people expected, and the honorable resistance at the Belgian town of Liège, where a whole bunch of I won't say propaganda, but a lot of the Germans committed quite a few atrocities. But basically, the question is, what if it was successful? What if they beat the French executing this plan? What if the resistance in Liège was not too significant, and they didn't fight as hard and as honorably as they did? Will it still change the outcome of the war? That's the biggest question: is will it still change the outcome of the war? Let me know in the comments section, please. My thoughts is I think it doesn't. I don't think it changed the outcome of the war. And just like so many different scenarios, I think it can I think it extends this I think it extends the war by at least another 2 or 3 years. But it was bound to happen that the US was going to go jump in, just like World War II. Um I'm not going to talk about it very much when it comes to President Wilson. President Woodrow Wilson is one of my least favorite presidents of all time. Like I don't like him. And how he handled World War One, especially the aftermath of it, I don't like. But it was bound to happen for us to enter World War One. So even if the Schlieffen Plan worked, we still would have, with our manpower and our, productivity, all that, we would have, we still would have easily funded the British, and we still would have, taken care of the Germans. It just would have been more. It would have been a much more brutal battle. So that is the what if question of the day when it comes to World War Two, World War One. So that being said, please let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. It's good talking to everyone. When I mean talking to everyone, I mean no one right now, but hopefully later. Please take care, guys, and you guys have a good day.